What's up, advocates? Today I'm very excited because today I'm going to talk about something everybody loves. Money. All right. What I want to break down to you today is not just money. I want to talk to you about the amount of money you could make in any of the adjuster positions that you can be at. So I'm going to break down a company adjuster. I'm going to break down an independent adjuster, and I'm going to break down what I am, a public adjuster. Not just what they are, but the actual amount of money, the potential income that you could make to feed your family in each of these positions so that you can make the wisest decision that you can in furthering your insurance adjuster career. So stay tuned. In 3, 2, 1. What's up, advocates? My name is Vince Perri. I am the commercial claims advocate and owner and CEO of Elite Resolutions. And what I'm going to teach you today is about the 3 kinds of adjusters, but not just about the 3 kinds of adjusters, the amount of money that you could make if you choose any of them. Listen up, advocates. Whether you're a public adjuster, contractor, or an attorney, if you have a client that has suffered any kind of catastrophic loss, whether that be by fire or storm or just any catastrophic loss that requires your client to have to move out and incur ALE and loss of use coverage, you need to think about looking at Black Diamond Services. This is an incredible idea for a service that I think is extremely valuable, and I've actually personally used for my clients myself. Basically, what they do is they provide all of the necessary money that is needed to be done for the homeowner to go and move to another place, whether that be a hotel or another home or whatever it is. They basically bill through their insurance policy's loss of use coverage, and basically they provide financial assistance so that the insured never has to incur any out-of-pocket expenses. It's an amazing service. I love the people at Black Diamond Services, especially Millie Varela. If you just contact her and contact Black Diamond Services, I'm telling you, they're going to take care of your clients like you wouldn't believe. I personally have a client who suffered a fire damage and had to use their ALE coverage, and all we did was refer them to Black Diamond. Our clients did not have to come out of pocket a single penny. Black Diamond provided all of the financial money, and they provided the actual location for the homeowner to stay. Amazing service. Contact Black Diamond Services today so you could find out more information for yourself. So first, let me break down what each of them are, okay? You've got 3 kinds of adjusters, okay? 3, not 1, not 2, but 3. The first kind of adjuster is a salaried adjuster, and it's an in-house adjuster. It's somebody that works for one of the large insurance companies or any of the insurance companies. These are the adjusters that are in-house, working inside, in a cubicle, working 9 to 5, and getting a salary. Those adjusters are called company adjusters. There's some other names for company adjusters. There's company adjusters, there's inside examiner, and there's desk adjusters. That's also what they're known as. These are all the same kind of people. These are all the same kind of adjuster, but they are a separate license. So if you want to go from a company adjuster to a public adjuster, you have to switch over your license and possibly take a different test. If you want to go from a company adjuster to an independent adjuster, which I'll get to, you have to switch over your license. So the first kind of adjuster is a company adjuster. Like I said, although all 3 relatively take a similar test and all 3 are certified and licensed by whatever state that you live in, a company adjuster is an in-house adjuster that is employed and salary paid by the insurance company. Whatever insurance company that is, State Farm, Allstate, doesn't matter. They are employed by the insurance company. I myself was a company adjuster for 1 year for State Farm back in 2008, I think it was. I was an auto claims adjuster. And what I did was a lot of the stuff that the other insurance adjusters do, right? We settled claims, we negotiated, and we made coverage decisions because that's what we did as insurance adjusters. But the only difference is I didn't get any kind of commission, I didn't get anything. I just was paid my salary and I worked my job. It wasn't bad, wasn't for me, but it might be for you. And I'll get back to how much you can pay, how much you can actually get paid. An independent adjuster is just that, independent. But they are also working for a company, and they all are also technically working for the insurance company. What do I mean by that? An independent adjuster is basically working for a company that is hired independently by an insurance company to, what I like to say, be the eyes and the ears of the insurance claim, also known as a field adjuster. These are the people that are going out there, they're taking photos of the loss, they're gathering the documentation on site, and they're putting an estimate together or a value of what that claim really is. Independent adjusters can make a lot more money than a company adjuster. However, like I said, they are still working on they're working on a claim by claim basis, and it's a little bit different, the pay structure. The last adjuster is the public adjuster. I want to get through this a little bit quicker. I'm going a little bit too long. Public adjuster, guess what? Completely independent from the insurance company. We do not work for the insurance company. We work for the homeowner. We work for the building owner. We work for the policyholder. And it is strictly commission because we get paid a percentage of what the insurance company pays the policyholder to build back their property. It's strictly a percentage of whatever it is that the insured gets. That's what we get. So those are the three kinds of adjusters. Those who the adjusters work for, and that's sort of their roles. Let's go back to the company adjuster. As I said in the beginning of the video, they are salaried employees of larger insurance companies, and they work 9 to 5 like a normal job. Now, I'm going to give you all of these figures, at least for company and independent, and then I'm going to give you my own personal experience of what a public adjuster could make, because that's what I do. Salary adjusters are basically, this is all courtesy of Adjuster Pro. By the way, I found this information on Adjuster Pro. We'll leave the link below so that you can go ahead and read it. And what it says here is basically, which makes sense, because as a salaried adjuster, when I worked for State Farm, I was making, I think it was $42,000 a year. That was my salary at the time. That was a long time ago, guys. I'm sure it's a lot more now. But at the time in 2008, my salary was $42,000 a year. I remember I was very, very young. I think about 22, 23 years old. And I was ecstatic about making $42,000 a year. I was a tennis instructor before, making decent money, but it wasn't a structured income. It wasn't like consistent income. So it was nice to have benefits as well. So I got $42,000 a year, plus retirement, plus health, plus all those nice little benefits that you get for a comfort job like that. According to Adjuster Pro, they say $38,000 to $70,000 a year is a reasonable salary for a career staff adjuster. Entry-level salaries for staff adjusters average about $40,000. So that makes perfect sense for what I was getting for State Farm when I first started working. I don't know if that's the salary now, but I know there was a raise every single year. If you get promoted to a leadership position, you get more money for that as well. But what it says here, for a staff adjuster, you're looking at $38,000 to $70,000 a year of consistent income with benefits. If that's for you, by all means, more power to you. When it comes to the independent adjusters, now remember, an independent adjuster, you are working for another firm. You're working for an independent firm. So you're still working for somebody, but more often than not, and if I'm wrong about any of this, please leave a comment below, because I have never been an independent adjuster. So your comments would be great. So I'm not here to say that this is the end all be all of what I'm saying as far as the experience is concerned, but this is just what I know from being in the business for 14 years and speaking to independent adjusters on a daily basis. But anyway, according to Adjuster Pro, basically what they say here is independent adjusters can make a lot more than $100,000 in a good year. So they're pretty much making six figures or close to it when they're starting out. And the reason why you don't know how much it is, and it varies, is because it's not a structured salary. What they are paid is, they're paid sort of like they're paid like on a pay scale, okay? They're paid on a pay scale depending on how large the claim is. So when an independent adjuster comes to you and says, hey, I'm trying to write up everything because the more I write up, the more I get paid. This is true. However, if they write up $100,000 estimate, which is a certain pay scale, but the claim payout, and they cut it out because they think that, the company adjuster doesn't think that that needs to be paid, it ends up getting paid $50,000. From my understanding, the pay scale is $50,000, not $100,000. So, but they end up getting paid a pay scale, okay? So depending on how much they write up is how much they get paid. And depending on how many claims that they inspect and that they write up is how much they get paid too. So the beauty about being an independent adjuster, which I personally love, is the more work you put in, the more you get paid. The more you go out there to inspect properties, the more you're going to get paid. The more you make yourself available to go out to inspect properties, and I'm going to get into catastrophe and the potential of that, the more you get paid. So it should not be too hard. Again, do not quote me on this, but just from speaking to independent adjusters, and we have some on our team, former independent adjusters, it should not be too hard to get into the six figures, okay? The downside to that, like I said in a previous video, we'll link it right here, is you have to work your butt off. Like you really, really have to work your butt off. But anything good comes with hard work. And you have to get out there and you have to do 2, 3, 4, 5 inspections every day so that you can get to that comfort six-figure income to really, really make some decent money. So that's your normal. If you're working in your local area, you should be able to hit $100,000 as an independent adjuster, which is sweet. Here's where the beauty of being an independent adjuster is. when a catastrophe hits, when a hurricane hits, when a major flood hits, when a major hailstorm, when any kind of major tornado hits, when a catastrophe hits an area and you get called out to go to a specific area that's like in a different state or in a completely different town, well, you get paid a lot more, okay? Here's what I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the pay scale goes up, but you know what happens is you just have a lot more work. You just have a lot more claims per day. Instead of maybe your average 2 or 3, now you're going out there for 5 or 6 every single day. So you take that pay scale and you double it. And what Adjuster Pro says here, that during the peak of the 2017 hurricane season, which 2017 was Hurricane Irma, and there was also a couple other hurricanes somewhere else, adjusters were making $65,000 to $100,000 per month. In 1 month. Guys, do the math. That's a lot of money. So if that's the route that you want to go, man, guys, by all means, go for it, okay? If you're single, that's the way to go. If you don't have kids, that's the way to go. If you can just get up and go and leave your home for weeks or months at a time and you enjoy that, trust me, you are going to make a killing. $65,000 to $100,000 per month. That's awesome. When I read that, I was like, man, that's pretty badass. So again, a great job to get into. You sort of make your own schedule. You allow yourself to be open to inspections whenever you want. If you're not inspecting, you're not getting paid, but that's okay, because guess what? The more you work, the more you get paid, which in my opinion is always the best way to go. So that's the independent adjuster route. Now let me explain to you the public adjuster route, okay? Public adjuster is a little funky, okay? I don't want to just tell you that the sky is the limit, because it is, but I don't want to just tell you that the sky is the limit and you can make millions of dollars. The reason why I'm saying that is because it is strictly commission, and remember, you are representing a client, and you are depending on making sure that you get coverage and making sure that the insurance company actually pays, and hoping that it's a large claim so that you can get a percentage off that claim. Now, that percentage could vary depending on the state you live. It can vary usually anywhere between 10 and 20% of whatever you recover from the insurance company. So if you settle a claim for $100,000, off that one claim, you can make $10,000 to $20,000. If you settle 5 claims in 1 month, that's talking 20, 40, 60, 80, $100,000 in 1 month, okay? However, and that's not a catastrophe, that could just be a normal storm or a normal month. If, however, you settle a claim for $10,000, this is $2,000. If you settle a claim for $50,000, this is $5,000 or $10,000. So it depends. It's all percentage based. So your goal as a public adjuster really in the beginning is to really sign as many claims as possible. Go out there, find it. You need to build relationships with contractors. You need to build relationships with roofers, mitigations, plumbers, anybody that you can. Get out there and network. And you have to make sure that you go out there and just try to find the claims. And once the claims start rolling in, then you start to actually develop a nice workflow. But what I want to really point out is, in the beginning, it's very difficult, okay? It took me about 5 years to really start making a steady 6-figure income. However, I was able to get it to a very, very nice, well into the 6 figures by myself with a fee split, okay? Not too far from a 7-figure, okay? That's because we had a storm and we started working a lot of claims and ended up being a lot better, because if you settle a claim for $10,000, you only make $1,000 or $2,000. Remember that if you settle a claim for $1 million, you just made about $100,000 off one claim. So the sky is the limit. What I will tell you about the independent adjuster, there is a limit. You could only work so many claims in a day. As opposed to a public adjuster, we work much less and we make about the same, if not more. So I would say that's where the sort of benefit is to being a public adjuster. But to give you an exact number, I would say in the beginning of my career, it started off slow. It started off, around $15,000, $20,000, and it was always about a 20 or 30% increase to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 to 70, $80,000 until after about 5 years, I got well into the 6-figure mark. And then until we had a hurricane, I was able to make over $500,000 in 1 year. So think about that. So you can't really make that as an independent adjuster, but the grind, guys, as a public adjuster is rough, and you have to also count on the insurance company to pay, and then you have to work it out with your client to make sure that they pay you. So there's a lot of hurdles that you have to go through. But frankly, I love it. I think it's one of the greatest jobs in the world. And frankly, I don't know many other jobs that I could make $500,000 in 1 year. So that's the way it goes. Okay. My story may be different than others. To be honest, I don't think I even make as much as a lot of other public adjusters. There's other public adjusters that make a lot more than even I do. So you might want to speak to them as well. But that's what it is. You got your structured salary as a company adjuster between $38,000 and $70,000. You get what you got your the more you work, the more you inspect homes, the more you get out there, the more you get paid for independent adjusting, which you're going to make around $100,000. That's where you're at, unless a catastrophe comes and you go out to the catastrophe, then you can make anywhere almost $100,000 a month. And then there's the public adjuster route, which takes time to build. It's a referral-based business. You have to get out there, meet people, network. It takes time to build. But once you get to a point and you're established and you've got a lot of contractor relationships and a lot of people sending you referrals and everybody knows that you're an adjuster, you start getting a lot of referrals, and eventually you can get into the six-figure mark within about 3 years or so, I would say, and steady. Honestly, if you put in the work in the beginning, after about 3 or 4 years, you're going to be making steady six-figure every single year. And you'll definitely have, if you really stick it out, some seven-figure years as well. So that's the salaries. That's how much you get paid as the different adjusters. I explained to you the company adjuster, independent adjuster, and public adjuster, and I explained exactly how much you can get paid in each of these professions. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Again, my name is Vince Perri. I am the commercial claims advocate, and my company is Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, it's my profile. On Facebook and Instagram, you can get the Commercial Claims Advocate along with the Elite Resolutions. And then we also have a YouTube channel. We have the Commercial Claims Show on YouTube, where you can get all kinds of content in regards to public adjusting, insurance claims, and all kinds of stuff, guys. And then if you go on our website, commercialclaimsadvocate.com, on there you will be able to take a look at this book that you could purchase. You'll be able to take one of our public adjuster and contractor courses. You could also get some consulting directly from myself and all kinds of stuff. We also have our meetups that we do about 5 or 6 times a year throughout the country, and you can come talk shop if you're a public adjuster or independent adjuster or company adjuster. It's really cool to get everybody in the industry together to really just share ideas and talk and get along. So again, guys, my name is Vince Perri. We'd love for you to make sure that you hit the subscribe. And I hope that information was valuable. Feel free to send me a message. I'll be happy to talk to you. Thank you very much. Peace out.